A poll released by the Alliance for American Manufacturing shows that for the first time in modern history, the majority of Americans doubt this country's economic preeminence. In fact, 58% of voters no longer believe that America has the strongest economy. When asked who they thought was number one, here's what everyday Americans had to say.
I don't think it's us anymore, which is problematic.
I think China is the number one economy in the world.
We're losing a lot of ground, obviously, to China.
Brazil, India, China are on the rise.
I would say China with the emerging market.
China is growing at a much faster pace.
Mark Mellman, a Democratic pollster who conducted the poll along with Republican pollster Whit Ayers, revealed what surprised him about the results.
About a third of Americans believe that the U.S. is the strongest economy in the world. That is shocking to me for a country that is so used to being number one. Now, the reality is people are very anxious to regain that title. They think it's very important, and they think it's very possible for us to be the number one economy in the world again, but they certainly don't believe we are now.
From union households to Tea Party supporters, Americans agree we have lost far too many manufacturing jobs, and 78% of those polled support a national manufacturing strategy to remedy sky-high unemployment.
People are very cognizant of the fact that these manufacturing jobs have left the country. They think that's been the key to our economic decline, and they think that economic revival depends on revitalization of our manufacturing sector. And that's a sentiment that really crosses all the traditional party lines, crosses the traditional ideological and demographic lines. Almost all Americans agree on that. One of the few things that most all Americans do agree on.
When prompted for a solution to our economic woes, 86% of voters asserted the need for an aggressive government policy to help reestablish manufacturing, which will then act as the engine of job growth to reinvigorate the economy.
Step one has to be job creation.
And I think we need to make stuff in this country again.
We need to retrain our workforce, and we need to put Americans back to work, and we may have to make sure that we keep jobs on this side of the ocean.
If our companies and our workers are going to succeed, they're going to need more tools. They're going to need more knowledge and more skills, more investment, better infrastructure in order for us to compete.
We need to realize the connection between making a conscientious decision to buy union, to buy stuff that is made here in the United States.
Part of economic success has to be economic independence.
And while it may be a long road to recovery, 85% of voters who currently doubt the American economy think we can be number one again.
I do think it is possible for us to get back on top. I think there needs to be a big emphasis in putting trust back into the people.
I think it's definitely possible.
We have an incredibly educated workforce that could be taken advantage of.
Definitely, the U.S. We do have the potential.
Yes, manufacturing has to get bolstered if we're going to maintain this position.
People really think that manufacturing is absolutely central to the revival of our economy. They think we're no longer the top economy in the world, and they think we won't become the top economy in the world again unless and until we have a strong manufacturing base in this country once again.
For more information and to see the full results of the poll, please visit www.americanmanufacturing.org.